Hi everybody, I'm Megan McDonald. I'm the author of the Judy Moody books and books about her little brother Stink. And I want to welcome you to Camp Candlewick this summer, where you can have fun reading books, great books all summer long. How many books do you think you can read over the summer? I think I'm going to try to read 100 books. No, I don't know if I'll make that. Anyway, I want to tell you about my books. If you like funny books and you like books about that have comics in them and books that have tongue twisters and knock-knock jokes, they have action and adventure, then you'll love the books about Stink. And this could be a new series for you. In this book, Stink goes to camp, Shakespeare camp. Shakespeare camp is where you act out plays that a guy named Shakespeare wrote about 400 years ago, and you learn a lot of funny words. So I'm going to read to you a little part from the first chapter to give you an idea of what the book is like. Spleen face, canker blossom, maggot pie, woohoo! Friday at last, spring break time. Mom dropped Stink off at Sophie's house. When he got there, the floor was littered with flying fairies and winged horses and pointy-hatted elves. Sophie of the elves sat smack dab in the middle of it all. "What's all this, Stink?" asked. Sophie held up a bag of unicorns and action figures. "Look at all the good stuff I found at a yard sale. Want to play Last Unicorn on Earth?" Stink picked up a unicorn. "Hey, this one's missing a leg. And a bunch of them are missing horns." "You just have to love them for who they are," Sophie said. "But here's the best one." She held up a balding guy with a big collar and puffy pumpkin pants. "Isn't that William Shakespeare?" Sophie cracked up. "It's William Shakespeare." "That's what I said Stink. He's that 400-year-old guy, right, who wrote all those plays. Webster gave me comic books of the stories. One has a floating head and a talking ghost." "I know," said Sophie. "I can't wait for camp." "Camp? You're going to camp? It's not even summer." "I'm going to Shakespeare camp for spring break. It's called Shakespeare Sprites." "Sprite?" said Stink. "You get to drink soda all day at camp?" "Not that kind of Sprite. A Sprite is a magical being, like an elf or a fairy." "I don't know," said Stink. "I don't really want to be in plays. I'm short and I always get stuck being the mouse. Then I get a squeaking part, not a speaking part." "This camp is different," said Sophie. "Everybody gets a speaking part." "For real?" "Yep. There's magic and mad kings and murders in Shakespeare, and storms and shipwrecks and sword fights." "Shipwrecks? Sword fights?" Shipwrecks and sword fights sounded way not boring. Maybe Stink would like this camp after all. "And I didn't even tell you the best part. At Shakespeare camp," said Sophie, "you get to swear." Stink couldn't believe his ears. "No way." "Yep, they teach you to talk like people did in Shakespeare's time. We get to call people silly names like Toad-Spotted Bum Bailey." Stink cracked up. "Shipwrecks and sword fights and bum Baileys and beard wearing? So you'll come?" asked Sophie the elves. "I will," said Stink. "Did I mention you even get a free t-shirt?" "Stupefying! Hie thee hither." So Stink goes to Shakespeare camp and he has so much fun. They teach you at camp how to do sword fighting on stage, and you get to practice with pool noodles and do sword fighting. He gets to practice all these funny sounding words. So he gets to do tongue twisters, and he even makes up one of his own. "Smelly shoes and socks shock sisters. Smelly shoes and shock sisters. Smelly shoes and shock sisters." Try to say that 3 times fast. He even gets to learn how to die a dramatic death and you fall down on the floor like you're dead. So he has tons of fun and adventure at Shakespeare camp, and I hope you'll have fun and adventure reading this summer at Camp Candlewick. Keep reading, everybody. Bye.